When it comes to Jack McBain's career statistics, over 241 games, 35 goals, 47 assists, 832 hits, notably because he plays on the edge, and 13 minutes and 28 seconds of total ice time, signing a 5-year, $21.25 million contract with the Mammoth on Monday, and a pleasure to bring in Jack McBain right now. Jack will be the McBain of everyone else's existence, right, when it comes to being on the ice. Jack, you always play with an edge out there. Where does that stem from, the fact that you like to go out there and play that physical game?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think obviously I signed out of college with Arizona there, and really I was just trying to make the lineup at that time, and it was kind of a role that I had success in, and it was kind of something I found to love in the game and being physical and using my body, and now it's kind of something I pride myself on and really like. So yeah, I think right from my rookie year there, and I just try to keep it going.
Jack, give us your impressions of Utah so far. What was it like? What was the vibe living there, playing there from a player's perspective?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. You know, the Smiths have been so good to us in the new ownership group. And, you know, living there has been great. You're in the mountains. It's beautiful. And, you know, the fan base has been incredible, just taking us in and showing their support. So, you know, all the way from hockey to living, it's been really great.
Yeah, so you just signed the new contract, and, you know, there was some talk that, you know, hey, he could be a target of an offer sheet. How were the negotiations for you? Did you think that maybe you'd be moving on? What was that like?
I mean, it was definitely a place I wanted to stay. You know, like I just said, I love living there and playing there. I've developed really good relationships with the guys on the team, but you know, obviously there's ups and downs in any negotiation setting, but, you know, it was something I was super pumped to get done, and, you know, especially kind of earlier in the summer, and get it over with and just focus on training and getting better for next year.
Yeah, speaking of getting better for next season, we've certainly seen incremental improvement with Utah, Jack. What do you think it'll take for you guys to get to the next level and make the playoffs?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's something we've been talking about, you know, dating back to Arizona days, but especially now, I think, you know, it's kind of time for us to move on from that. And, you know, it's time that we have to make the playoffs and, you know, have to make those steps as a group. And, you know, I think we've seen the buy-in all the way from ownership, management, down to the players. So, you know, we've added some pieces and our group's growing. We got a really good young core. So it's an exciting team to be a part of and be able to grow with.
Jack, tell us a little bit about being a second-generation NHLer, man. Like, what's that been like in terms of coming up? What were some of the areas of emphasis from your dad that he was able to pass on, some wisdom that helped you on your path?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty special. I think, you know, him and I have been able to really bond over it over the years, and, you know, he's my coach growing up, so all the car rides to the rink and everything, you know, he's been there the whole time, but you know, he's still really good at picking up little pieces of my game that I got to work on, and you know, stuff like that. But I think as I got older, it became more, you know, off ice and what kind of person you are, how you treat people, you know, how to behave around the rink. And you know, he's just been so good throughout my career and helping me with every little situation. You know, he's been through it all, and I'm super grateful and you know, fortunate to have him, obviously.
Jack, take us inside that Mammoth locker room a little bit. Who are the jokers? Who are the loud guys in that room? Who are the guys that make everybody laugh and keep it loose?
We got a good group. I think, you know, there's a bunch of guys. There's a bunch of guys in there that you know, you could probably name. I live with Gunther. You know, we had a really good time, and you know, he's a funny kid, but you know, Tuna's pretty loud. You got Crosser in there. You know, we had Bortuzzo with us last year, and you know, he was awesome too. So I don't think there's one guy, but you know, as a group, you know, we make it pretty fun and we try to enjoy it. Right, it's a lot of hockey in a long year, so you know, it's nice to have fun with the guys.
Both you and Gunther, by the way, new deals. You guys still going to live together?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. We'll see.
That's a weighted question. That's a weighted question.
That was a TBA if ever heard.
Yeah, exactly. You just backed the truck right up.
Well, Jack, how about the? No, go ahead. Finish statement.
Oh no, I was just saying we operate pretty last minute, so we're.
I wanted to ask with the team nickname. I really wanted the Yeti in there. Unfortunately, it couldn't get done. But what do you make of Mammoth? Fired up to be a member of the Mammoth?
Yeah, you know what? I think they did a really good job. I think, there might have been some complications or whatnot with Yeti, but I think it was great. They let the fans and the community help decide, and it's something that they really, really liked. And I think they did a great job with the logoing. And no, I think it's great.
All right, so listen, I'm a fellow MTHL, but GTHL alum for you. Tell us some of the guys that you played with or against growing up. EJ and I had some good chats about this.
Yes, we did.
At NHL Draft in LA. Just tell them, hey, when you're playing youth hockey in the Toronto area, that's like playing in the show. So tell us some of the guys that you would have played with and or against that, that stick out.
Oh man, I mean, I was always on Don Mills, so I grew up Don Mills. I stayed with them the whole time. But from my team, we got Chisholm. Who just went to Washington, I think. But he's done really well. We had a bunch of guys go to college. We had Willem DeVoe, Tyler Weiss. We had a bunch of guys, but I mean, you grow up in that area and you play against almost everybody. We had the Jack Hughes coming in. He was playing a year up my age, and all these guys. So it's kind of funny. You see them, and you see the OHL draft, and you can kind of follow guys' careers. And we had Merkley, I think, went first my year into the OHL there. Mm-hmm. So, but no, you know what? It's really cool to see the guys that you've grown up with and you played with your whole life, and you see them on the ice nowadays, and it doesn't feel like that long ago, but it's pretty crazy. Time flies, and it's the GTHL is a good league. It's a good spot.
No doubt, no doubt.
I'll follow that up. How about the guys that you played with at Boston College, or for and against, because you spent 4 years there, and now with the way the rules are changing, it looks like the college hockey route is going to be one that maybe more guys pursue, even if it's for a shorter time. How about some of the guys you played with? I think Spencer Knight was a member of the team when you were there. Who are some of the guys that you remember from those days?
Yeah, I mean, we had a great group there too. I think BC was awesome. It was a great experience. But no, we had Joel Wool my freshman year in goalie. Then Nider came in. But we had Matt Boldy, Alex Newhook, myself, Mark McLaughlin, Pat Giles. Probably forgetting a bunch, but
yeah, that's impressive, right?
That's a good group right there.
That's a good group.
And you got Jerry York behind the bench for some of that, I'm sure. So the legend.
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, I got Coach York until my senior year, and that was the year he ended up retiring. So pretty special to be a part of that team. Unfortunately, we had COVID throughout a little bit of it, so stuff, playoffs got canceled and whatnot. But I mean, going to college was amazing, and that spot is so special to me. So,
speaking of coaching, wanted to ask about Andre Tourigny. What's your relationship like with the Utah coach?
Yeah, he's been great. I think we've kind of grown over time. I understand what he wants from me on a nightly basis, and you come in the league a little bit younger, and he was really good to me and telling me what I have to do, what I have to become, and how to get better and be consistent. So no, I think he's been great with our group, and the guys really like him. So
I did stump Coach once when I asked him, where's the poutine spot in Utah? He's like, that's a little tough to find. Homemade poutine coming straight from Quebec. Yeah, exactly. Jack McBain, congrats, man. Signing
congrats, man. How do you that, too?
Yeah, say hi to your pops. Have a great summer in Toronto.
Scarborough style.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.